Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pute. Good evening to physical students as well as online students who are watching myself. Right. So, you all are welcome to biology class. I think some of you have met me before in the orientation program. And some of you are meeting me for the very first time, right? It's okay. We'll get to know each other who we are. Right. Firstly, I'll tell a little about myself. I'm not going to tell every detail about myself while I'm going through in our discussion. Today, you will be learning more about myself. I am Miss Tharanga Anandavansha. Currently, I am teaching at Lyceum International School, Nugegoda. You may have heard about the school, isn't it? Its one branch is also, which is close by to you. Vattala branch is also there. I'm teaching at Nugegoda branch, right? So I'm the biology teacher for both the grades. Grade for like it's for you like grade 12 and 13. For us, we have 11 and 12. Same thingy, but we have given different names, right? So in this, if I tell about my education, I have learned from Sangamita College, Goa. Have you heard about it? It's not that famous here, but at Goa, it's a well-famous school. So I have learned from that school, and I have entered into Colombo University, and I graduated from Colombo University, right? So I did biological science stream. I'll tell you more about those details, what's happening in the biological science stream. And after that, I learned like I did a special degree, like first 2 years general degree. Thereafter, I have been selected to plant biotechnology special degree. So thereafter, I have specialized in that area. And after that, I worked in the university also as a demonstrator. In that case, I actually worked as a demonstrator who is teaching to the fellow students about the practicals, right? So that I can tell you with my experience, I know all the practicals that you are doing in the biology syllabus. Even in the school work also, I have touched all these practicals, and I have done them in advanced level in the university level also, right? So that you don't have to have any doubt about those things, right? So that is those things. So I'll tell more about myself while we are going through. First of all, I am happy that you all are selected biological science stream. Are you having any doubt between bio or maths? Now you all are moved to biology, isn't it? Very good. So everyone is having a particular ambition, no? That's why you all are doing this subject. Am I correct? Right. So if I ask one by one, online students also can join into this activity. I would love to know what is your ambition by doing this biological science stream. Doesn't have the like exact one, but you have slight idea what you will become, isn't it? Hari. I'll ask from one by one the physical students and online students also. If you are here, you can send your answer into the chat. Hari. What is your ambition? Okay. Want to be a doctor. Okay, you? Doctor. Lecturer. Doctor. Right, good. So, usually, let's see whether anyone have answered here also. Can't see anything yet. Right, if you have texted here, it would appear. I'll check whether it will come. Anyhow, you also can answer into the discussion. I can see few students are there in the online one also. Today, in our discussion, we actually going to discuss about what you have selected actually, right? Whether you are in the right pathway and what are the things other than like what you have thought when you are coming here. There are a lot of other things that we can do, right? So that we are going to learn about pathways, right? So the main common thing what happens really is that children are always telling, I want to become a doctor when you selected bioscience, right? I'm not putting it down. That's a good ambition, right? But still, many children are selecting to become a doctor because they don't know the other availabilities, other job opportunities, career opportunities, right? Okay. So that let's learn a little and then you have the freedom to decide what you will become in future, right? So that those things will be discussed little by little in our lessons today. Okay. I think you all will like to learn about this, no? Isn't it? Right? Yes. Okay. So, right. So we will be going to this subject combination mostly. What are the three subjects that we can do? The main combination is, yes, Tharanga. Rashida. Right. Okay. Harry, it's okay, don't worry. Right. So, the main three subjects that we can do in biological science stream is biology, physics, and chemistry. Harry, I think you all have selected these three combination, right? But if anyone feel like you're not good at physics, you can't do physics, you have one option. Instead of physics, we can do agriculture. Okay. So, which combination is good? Would you allow to select biology, physics, chemistry, or biology, agriculture, chemistry? Biology, physics, chemistry. There is a big reason behind that answer. What is it? You are having more opportunities in this combination than this. The highest course that you can select from this combination is agricultural management, agricultural technology. You can't become a doctor. So if you want to be a doctor, you have to definitely use this three subject combination, right? So what do you think? Which one is easier? Is that biology, physics, or chemistry? Did you go to the other classes? Did you go? How many classes? Physics you had in the morning. Chemistry you went early, no? With Miss Shanika, no? Hari. So biology you didn't learn yet. No? What do you think? Which one is easy? Which one is easy? Biology is easy, no? But when it comes to earning points marks, biology is a bit hard than the other subjects, right? But if you study properly and if you are writing properly, you can get good marks. That's okay. But in physics and chemistry, you can do certain calculations and do score marks. But in biology, what you have to do is you have to write the answers according to the question. So that you have to practice a little to write the answers. I'll tell about those things also, what we will be doing in our classes regarding that. Biology is usually, I'll tell you the truth, among the children, what they think is biology is easy, right? Because their favorite subject is biology. That's why, okay? Later on, I will be the favorite teacher of you also, right? Not now, but later, right? Let's see. So, this subject is giving opportunities to go to agriculture side as well. If you really want to go to agriculture management, you can still do this combination and go to these universities also, right? Okay. So that I suggest you to do this combination than this one. But if you're really having difficulty to do physics, there are children like that, no? You agree? Some children can't do mathematical calculations properly. Those children are recommended to go to agriculture and do the combination, right? So usually the majority is doing this major combination. Can they do IT with this one? Can we? IT? IT sir is there. Can we do? Can't. IT can't. Why? The maths people can do IT together with combined mathematics and chemistry. Instead of chemistry, they can take IT. Physics they can do. And bio people are not allowed to do IT. That's unfair. No, why is that? You like IT? Boys must be. Ne? Isn't it? And give me a minute. I'll check whether anyone has answered in the questions. Someone has answered. Yeah, Gayuni is telling she wanted to become a cardiologist. Okay, good. That is also a doctor, specialized in a particular area, right? Okay, others also, if you have your ideas, you can share the ideas with us. What you want to become. Ambition should be there, no? Otherwise, can't do anything, no? Do you agree? Some children are just coming because the mom is telling, go and do this biology. Are you? Then it's good, okay? Otherwise, don't come to the class if the mom is pressing you to go to the class, okay? Hari. So, what I was telling is about the combination. Can't do IT with that one, but still, if you like to do IT, there are pathways in the universities. You can change the stream into IT side. I'll tell when I'm discussing one by one about the courses, right? Understood? So, so don't have to worry. IT is available later on, right? Not in the A level, but later on it's available, right? Hari. Next thing is ESET score. Have you heard about ESET score with the other teachers? Did you learn? So what is it about? What is it about? Yeah, it's a bit about ranking, how it is being taken. Your marks from all three subjects are put into equation and they are taking a value like it's not average value, but it's something like average, okay? So that they are taking an ESET score. So that majority of students here wanted to become a doctor, no? So that you are in which district now? Colombo district. So this is what? Highest competitive district. Do you know it? Do you know it? Did you know? Unfortunately, yes. Why the other districts are having less ESET score values than us? Yes, they are considering about the facilities available to the children. Let's say the number of government school, number of teachers per student, and they are taking care of the resources available, right? So that they are checking whether this particular district is having opportunities for the students to go for good universities, right? So that they have reduced ESET score in some district, but still Colombo and Galle are the highest ESET score rankings, right? So that you have to face a very big competition here in Colombo, especially, right? Western Province, there is one district which is having low ESET score. What is it? Kalutara. Kalutara is having with low ESET score values, right? But still, what you should understand is Colombo also, there are some schools which are not getting minimum facilities even, right? That much of low facilities, facilitated schools are there in the Colombo district also. So, and the other thing is, children are coming from the other districts, let's say Monaragada, Hambantota and all that, they are now having access to all these online classes nowadays, no? Isn't it? Then also, sometimes they come to Colombo and they just go for classes and they are writing the exam at their own district. Is that fair? It's not, but still you guys have a competition more than before. They also coming to your universities with the low ESET score values, coming to your same classes, and you guys are still struggling with the ESET score value to get into same university. You have to have more, they have to have less. Comparatively, it's nowadays, it's unfair. I agree with that. Do you know how many, like what's the ESET score that you should have to enter into medical university, medical faculty? That's the minimal ESET score value. Yeah, it's like 2.4 we should have to go to medical faculty from Colombo district. This is the minimal value, right? So you should have more than this to go to a university, right? Have you heard this one? Like to enter to the university, they say that minimal requirement is, what is it? 3 S passes, no? So can you go with 3 S passes? Can't, so that 2.5 also not enough to go into medical faculty. You need to have more than that to go into medical faculty, right? Likewise, this is the minimum value, but still you should understand you should have more than this to get into that. But still, the children among you are the ones who are selected to these faculties, right? Don't get afraid. Competitions are to win, isn't it? So the competitions are to win and go to this highest quality universities. You know, among the universities also there are some ranking like thing, you know. So that Colombo University, they say it's the best sometimes, right? And thereafter Ruhun and all that, sometimes it's low set score values they are taking, but it's not telling anything bad about those universities. But still they have built up certain things. Medical faculties also, Colombo Medical Faculty is the highest one. Thereafter, certain universities are coming. Finally, it may be Moratuwa University or Jaffna University. Likewise, they have a particular ranking, right? So you guys are trying for the best thing, no? So you should have a rank and go to a good university, no? So why are you going to Jaffna when you are in Colombo district, no? But I really had that ambition. I'm from Gaur. I really wanted to come to Colombo. So I changed my place. So likewise, if you really want to go to Jaffna, that's fine. You can go. If you really want to go to University of Peradeniya, which is a very beautiful university. Have you heard about it? Very beautiful, right? So if you want to go to that one, achieve it, right? That's fine, right? Okay. Hari. Come to this one, everyone. So I have listed the available courses, right? So the online students also will get the PDF document. Yeah, so you can open it and see what are the courses available. So the highest set score students are taken to the medical faculties, right? So there's a few medical faculties listed here. As I told you, Kalam is the one which are taking the highest set score value students. So those are taken from all around the country. So that highest ones from each district are entered into Colombo University, right? So in Colombo also, lowest set score marks which are eligible for medicine may be going to other universities than going to Colombo University. And newly added one to this list is the Moratuwa University. Moratuwa University is also now added to faculties list, so that they have increased the capacity. They have increased the number of students which are taken to these universities, right? So that means it's really good, no? Have you heard that they are going to start the private medical faculties? How many of you heard about it? Don't, no idea. Have you heard? In near future, they will start if there's no objection, but still objections are going on. They're telling that few private institutes are starting medical faculties, so that they will be giving chances for local students mainly. What do you think? Is it good to have private universities or not? Private means medical faculties I'm talking about. No. No. Why? What's the reason? You really wanted to go to government universities. That's why you don't want to have private faculties. Is it so? What is your feeling? Just share. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. They are telling so, ne? So with the very low marks in biological science stream, they say that they will be taking them and they will be educating them, finally end up with becoming a doctor, no? So what do you think if it is properly monitored, if you are taken, like if you are taken in a way like the same way that the government universities does? Isn't it good? I feel it's good because, you know, like even though you don't know, so many students are going to other countries to study medicine, especially China Tianjin University and Belarus and Malaysia. There's one. So likewise, they are going to different universities all around the world, and they are spending lot of our money, and they are studying and coming back to Sri Lanka. So that it's kind of a waste of our money, you know. They are going outside, isn't it? I'm not like proving the fact that the private medical universities are good, but you have to think about both sides, or like both the sides, isn't it? There are good things also, right? Okay. So that sometimes, you know, let's say someone is ended up with a set score value which is suitable for, let's say, molecular biology or something. But still that girl or boy really needs to do medicine. But still no chance in the government universities. He or she has finished third try also. If she or he want to go to this medicine, still he or she can't leave the country because of some reason, let's say parents or whatever. Isn't it good to have one? That is one thing we have to consider. But as you told, it has to be monitored properly. Otherwise, you know, that will be a huge problem. Every politician will send their child without any qualification, no? So that finally we will end up with different other diseases, no? Without taking proper medicine, no? So that happens, right? Okay. So the medicine is here. So that the girls who came to become doctors, boys who came to become doctors should enter into one of these universities in future to become a doctor. That's the basic pathway that you can follow. And here number 2 is dental surgery. What's happening in the dental surgery? You can become a dentist. Is it good? So the next CSET score people are taken to dental university, but some people don't like to go to dental university. They are doing the second time and they are going to medicine. It depends on your choice. This is also good. You are getting a government appointments and you can have your own dental. And you know, in our country that we are having very less values for dental purposes, but you know, in the other countries, they charge a lot. Have you heard that? Those people are coming to Sri Lanka sometimes to do certain things in teeth. Have you heard that? That much of costly the dental related activities, right? Okay. So that it's an earnable job, right? This is available in University of Peradeniya and University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. And the next one is veterinary science. What is it about? Animals. Do you like animals? Some say yes, some say no. Any cat lovers? Good. Dog lovers? Okay. Any other pets that you have? No, you don't like. You're afraid of them. Then you should not become a vet, okay? You like? No idea. Have them. Okay. That's fine. Vets are there. No, you don't have to cure them so that you can bring it to a vet and do the thingy, right? Alright. So it's good, this one, if you like the veterinary science is good if you like animals mostly, right? So you can do treatments to animals, not only the treatments, you can design medicine for animals and you can do certain researches about animals, right? So those things are the ones which are done in this veterinary science. This is only available at University of Peradeniya, right? Next one, agricultural technology and management. Actually, there is one course which should come before this, molecular biology and biotechnology. I'll talk that in a little while, but I'm now talking about agricultural technology and management and agriculture. Agricultural technology and management, do you remember the subject combination I told? Biology, agriculture, and chemistry, or else biology, physics, chemistry also, those students also can enter into this 2 courses. What do you think? What is it about this course? Agriculture means what? It's including plants and animals both, not only plants. Sometimes even when we talk about agriculture, we feel like green things, everything about plants, but it's not like that. This is about cattle farming, horse maintenance, like those cows and some other animals, right? Pigs maybe. You have seen, no? That when you go to American and all that, that you have those pigs and rabbits, many animals are there, right? So that is also one part of agriculture, animal husbandry. And plants, regarding plants, you can, in this course, you can actually plant trees and you can maintain your own plot. Have you heard about that thing? You're given a certain area in the garden and you have to go and you have to do your gardening and your researches in that particular area that you are given. So it's very nice. It's very nice, enjoyable activity. You are given, you have to take a bicycle and you have to ride every day to your plot and you have to water them, water the plants, and you have to maintain. And sometimes you can take the harvest also, right? It may be like fruit, let's say. You can bring it to your place, right? Likewise, you can do certain activities there. It's kind of enjoyable job is here, right? You can ask from someone who is doing the course at the University of Peradeniya or as University of Ruhuna. They're really enjoying their activities, right? You know what? For the banking related jobs also, nowadays they are not taking biological science stream people, but they are taking agricultural technology and management people and agriculture people. Why? For banks, these people are taken. For banks, why these people are taken? Country's economy depend on agriculture now, Sri Lanka, isn't it? So that those people are necessary for these activities. Understood? Hi. Next one, food science and nutrition. What do you think of that one? Is it a good one? Food science and nutrition? Have you heard about this course before? Food science and nutrition. And another one is they are closer to that one. What is it? Food science and technology. What is it? It's really high demanding area. Why am I telling that it's a high demanding area? What is the world population by now? Nah, it's more than that. What is it? 8.5 billion, they say. So that early it was 7.5 billion. 8.5 billion is also in the same earth. 7.5 billion is also in the same earth. So next, what will be the value? Yeah, 9, no, 9.5, whatever, all have to share the same earth globe, isn't it? So that all the resources, will that be sufficient enough for everyone? No, right? You know, like certain activities done by the human are changing the available land for agriculture also. Have you heard about climate change, global warming? Because of that, all the water is evaporated and now the earth is having some land areas become deserts. Useful lands have now become deserts. And more salinity is increased so that it's salinization has occurred and the desertification has occurred. So that available land area for agriculture has reduced with time, isn't it? So that isn't it problematic? Yes. So if the world population is increasing day by day, you have to increase the food supply also, no? Our first lesson is having those things. We have to supply according to the demand, good quality food in enough quantity we should give. So that what will happen if the land available is also lost? Can we produce enough food? No, people will die in future without having enough amount of food. So that the food scientists are doing, what they are doing is they are going to develop food varieties, animal varieties, which are giving more yield than before. Let's say 50% yield increment, 80% yield increment. In rice, let's say, if the rice is staple food of one country, if you can increase the amount of rice you produce from 1 acre, that will be nice, isn't it? Right? And also, they will be producing food crops which are tolerating these harsh environmental conditions, maybe salinity tolerant ones and maybe drought resistant ones, right? So those things are like in future in demand, right? Isn't it? So you can use the available land and make food because it's a must to develop these things, isn't it? So that food science and nutrition is something related to that, and also you can develop so many food types also, right? For example, if you can take cassava you can use to make starch and chips and many varieties of food, and you can keep it for longer time period, right? Okay. So those things are done by these people, like I'm telling this is more important because this is having high chances of getting into good jobs. In future also, you will feel hungry, no? Isn't it? So that you will have more opportunities to get into good jobs. In Sri Lanka, are we having good jobs for this one? 1 minute, Patia. What do you think? What do you think? In Sri Lanka, we have a lot of good opportunities. The very famous brand names, Anchor, Fonterra, the Kills, Vairaha, the Cargills, and so many other companies. Tell me some names. Lucky, what is? Crescent, Kills Crescent. What is? Lux Spray, and that all those are very huge brands. No? So those are hiring people who are having these degrees, food science and nutrition, right? So these people are having high chances to go into other countries and getting into good jobs, well-paid jobs, right? Okay, so that it's like high in demand one. Okay, one of my friends who did food science and technology in Peradeniya University, she is now working for a World Food Organization. Have you heard about it? You know how big it is, no? So that she is working for World Food Organization. So she is a big character there. So it's good, right? Isn't it? Hari? So you may have not think about these things also before, no? But think, right? So the world is very big nowadays. You know only a little, right? Okay. Hari. Next one is Ayurvedic medicine and surgery, Unani medicine and surgery, Siddha medicine and surgery. I'm reading all three together because those are related. What is it about? Ayurvedic medicine, indigenous medicine. So that our country one is given in the 8th one, Ayurvedic medicine and surgery. That is more related to Sri Lankan medicine, historic medicine, right? That is taught in Gampaha Vikramarachi Ayurvedic Medicine Center, and also we have one in that is in Rajagiri. Okay, so two institutes are there, Gampaha and Rajagiri. So that those also having this Ayurvedic medicine. And you know how it happened early time? Have they had universities before? Or your grandfather's time? My grandfather is a Ayurvedic doctor. So he learned from this Gampaha Vikramarachi center. That is not a university at that time. After that, thereafter early days, they were used to give the knowledge to their fellow, like that means their children, no? From father to daughter or father to son. Usually that's how it goes. Family business like, okay? So now it's not like that. Now you have to go to this university to get this degree, right? Comparatively less score values are taken for these three universities. It's taken island basis. Early cases that they took from district basis, right? From Colombo district, Mathura district. Likewise, they are taking separately, but here island wide they are taking these these three. Unani and Siddha are originated from India. Yes. Okay. So that is also good. So what do you think? These three courses, are they in high demand or what? Can you earn from this? Can earn. Nowadays it's very popular for cosmetics, cosmetic surgeries, cosmetic makeups. So if you become an Ayurvedic doctor, you can market, I have this degree so that I'm doing these things and all that. Okay. So we also can come and do some treatments. Okay. Some are really marketing these things, you know, like Abhisheka Vimalavira, she has done something related to medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. Now she is marketing on that. I don't know what degree she has, but not a degree actually. She did a course. You know Abhisheka, right? Abhisheka, singer. Oh, you don't know which world you are living. Hari, it's okay. You find out who is Abhisheka then. Okay. Hari, then biological science. Biological science is the course that I did in my university. So that I know more about it, I'll tell you things about that course. Right. Biological science also, there's a competition between universities. So the highest score values are taken to which university? Colombo University, right? So the least score values are usually going to University of Ruhuna or something closer to that one, right? So that these are given in a particular order. Yeah, University of Ruhuna is the lowest. And the applied sciences also something related to biological science. So it's mostly job-oriented ones, right? They are targeting for jobs. In between universities also these things are there. Colombo University is famous for higher studies. They are mostly targeting to send the students for higher studies. I told in the opening program also, sometimes you are trying to go to other universities with your money. Sometimes you can't go to good countries even with your money. But in this one, if you have followed the courses in Colombo University and other main universities, they are giving chances to apply to other good universities, famous universities, higher ranked universities that you are given a chance to apply for full scholarships. You are paid for the work as well as you are given a salary for working in that university. You can teach to your fellow students like a demonstrator or teaching assistant. You are paid a salary also. While you are learning, you can earn also in that case. Okay? So that chance usually you are not getting if you are just paying and going, right? Paying and going is only few universities are available, right? Hari, what I was about to say is in Colombo University, we have 3 main subjects that we did. I'm going to tell you how relevant my degree is towards your education, right? So we learned 3 subjects mainly: biology, biochemistry, and chemistry. So I know these 3 subjects, right? So this is learned in first 2 years in our degree. There are so many sub-courses under these. We are learning many things about these things, right? So chemistry is almost what you are learning and little bit advanced knowledge. And biochemistry is related to biomolecules and the experiments also, right? For example, you have done this Benedict test, Failings test. Those all are coming under biochemistry. So we are doing those practicals again at university level also with more advanced knowledge, right? And photosynthesis, biochemical processes in plants, animal respiration, those things also coming under biochemistry. So we have learned these 3 subject areas in our first 2 years. After first 2 years, we are getting chances to apply for special degrees. Hari? Only few students are taken to these special degrees, right? If someone is not selected to special degree, they have 2 options. They can either do 3 years general degree or 4 years general degree. 3 years general degree is having 90 credits course, and 4 years general degree is having 120 credits course. That means course units that you are following, right? So foreign universities mostly recognize 120 credit course than the 3-year course. So that some students, if they are really interested to go to higher studies, they would do this one. But if you feel like now it's enough learning, I want to go to a job and all that, they will end up with 3 years general degree, so that they can go to any job that they like from this degree, right? Hari. So in the special degree, the next 2 years, that means third and fourth years, we are being selected to different special degrees depending on our marks. So chemistry, I'm talking about the chemistry first. Chemistry, we are being selected to chemistry special. Then other than that, we have computational chemistry. What is it? What is computational chemistry? Yeah, computer, that means IT plus chemistry. Why is that not matching, no? Why is that? IT plus chemistry. I told you at the beginning, if you like IT, there's a way to go to IT related courses. This is one thing only, right? IT plus chemistry. Let's say one of you guys are doing a research. Okay, you know, there's a lot of research in the universities that you are doing. You are getting so many data, you can't analyze them manually. That means you can't just calculate and finish it off. That much of data is generated from the activity. So that you need a computer software which can analyze your data easily. So that there should be someone who is creating an app in order to analyze this data. That particular person should have certain idea about chemistry also to analyze this data. Otherwise, just a software engineer would not be able to do this one. He has to have some knowledge about chemistry plus IT. Then only he can create a software and give it to you, and then you are the one who is using that one and analyzing your data, so that not everyone can make softwares, no? Understood? So that only some people can make softwares. Here it should need some little bit of chemistry knowledge to make the software according to the requirement, right? So that there is a special degree related to that also. Then regarding biochemistry area, we have molecular biology and biochemistry. This is actually a separate course, early days. Separate molecular biology and biochemistry intake was taken. Nowadays also they are taking, but they have done a little change here. What's the change? Early days, the ones who are taken for molecular biology and biochemistry stream, they are following molecular biology and biochemistry for 4 years. In Colombo University, I'm telling, right? For 4 years, they are learning biochemistry stuff. But nowadays, biochemistry intake and the biological science intake, both are learning common subject combination in the first 2 years. Finally, they are having ability to apply for a special degree depending on their marks. Biology students, biological science students also having equal chance to go into molecular biology special, and the molecular biology students are having chance to go to molecular biology, right? So both are given chance, and still the molecular biology people are having the ability to apply to other courses in other special degrees in biology stream. So that it's more like similar with the different name. Early one was good. I don't know why they changed. Okay. Biology, you know, like there are 2 categories, no? What are the 2 categories in biology? Botany and zoology, no? What is zoology? Zoology is about animals. Botany is about plants. Okay. So zoology, they are having few specialization courses. Zoology special. Then We have immunology special. What is it? Immunology special. What is it? More of? No. No. Any idea? What is immunology? You can remember that there was an epidemic recently. What is it? Corona. Corona was there. So that's once it is here, there was no drug available, no, at the time. But they quickly made a vaccine to fight against this virus. So that who are making this vaccine? Immunologists. Those are doing certain research and studies, and they are designing drugs to cure certain diseases, right? Especially the epidemics, those are special kind of diseases, not that diabetes and those type of diseases, but these kind of diseases, right? Okay, understood. Hi. Then about botany, we have few special courses. Number one is plant biotechnology. You may have seen that I have mentioned that in my one. Did you see? My specialization area in plant biotechnology. What is it about? What do you think? What is it about? What is it about? This is having this kind of subject areas. We have to learn about plant tissue culture. Have you heard about that one? Plant tissue culture? Vegetative propagation, it's a method that we can make lot of plants, equal plants without any environmental effect, right? That is done in the laboratory level. Hi. That is one thing. Other than that, we are learning about microbiology. What is it about? Microbiology? About microorganisms. So we learn a lot about microorganism. You guys are also having a separate lesson about microorganism. Tissue culture is also there in your 10th lesson. Microbiology is your 9th lesson, right? Hi. And also we learn about genetics. What is it? About genes and Mendel's experiments. And though there are a lot of calculations, probability calculations, those things are learned in genetics, right? How the genes are propagating to the next generation, how they are being expressed. Those things we will be learning in genetics. Hi. This is also your lesson. This is your unit number 6. That is given this data. And we learned about food technology. We learn about different food preservation methods, right? So our combination is having one of the degrees, many degrees that we discussed before. Also, it's kind of a mixture of technological things related to plants. It's not about going to the field and studying about plants, more about these areas, right? So food technology is also included a little in your unit number 10. Other food preservation methods and how to prevent spoilage of food, those things are there. Post-harvest technologies, those things are there. Right. Then these things and many of technology related things were taught in our special degree, right? Okay, so that I'm telling that I'm more equipped with whatever the content that is necessary for you guys to teach you guys, right? That day also I taught, there are certain people telling that they are a doctor, I'm the one who is teaching biology and all that. There are so many people coming up, not coming up, actually they are in the industry. So what I'm suggesting you is if that person is a doctor, that person is more specialized towards what is relevant to the medicine, isn't it? So it's more about animal anatomy, like human anatomy, and more related to those areas. They are mastered in those areas. But in our degree programs, we are taught these areas, right? So that especially these courses are targeting for your A-level syllabus, right? Okay, so many of the content are taken from our university degree, especially unit number 7 was not there earlier. Molecular biology and recombinant DNA technology, having so many stuff that we learn in our university courses, right? Okay, so that you don't have to worry about the things that you are learning. So I'm giving the perfect knowledge about everything, right? Hi. Then another course is there, botany, that is called plant sciences also. Plant sciences. What is it? This is about studying plants, right? My one didn't have much about plants, but these people are going to different forest, for example, Kannali rainforest, Singaraja rainforest, Vilpattu. They are going to the field and collecting specimen and coming to the lab, studying them. Very interesting, okay? They are just very much into the field, right? Okay, they had to learn the names of the plants. Some might feel like, this is a boring thingy, but some really like it. So that those people who like, they will select this one. Okay, understood. Then another course was there that is called bioinformatics. What is it? What is it? Bioinformatics. Again, something like that. It's bio plus what? IT. So you are learning IT together with biology, and you are learning to make softwares related to biology, analyzing the data related to biology. You know, if you, let's say, if you are doing a experiment like Mendel did, you have to collect the data and record and analyze them, so that these softwares are giving chance to analyze huge number of data within a short time period. So that is very easy nowadays compared to early days. Mendel was used to write everything and do the calculation by himself, isn't it? But us, we are not doing like that. We are using computer software and easily it can be calculated. Understood now? Another one I couldn't mention here in the chemistry area, we have another course called pharmacy. What is it? Pharmacy special. What is it about? It's about doing a pharmacy. It's medicine, drug designing, testing about medicine, right? Isn't it? And certain, let's say, you may be the one who is finding out particular medicine for an uncurable disease, maybe, right? So that those things that be done are being done in this course, or else it can be certain research about how a particular medicine works at your body, how it is being absorbed, how long will it take, and how to increase the dissolution time. Those things are related with medicine, right? So if a medicine takes a lot of time to dissolve, will it be okay? No. So you have to increase the dissolution time also, right? There's something called half time. There are two areas related to medicine: pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, right? So they are talking about how the medicine works in the body and what the body does to medicine. Those things are discussed in those area, right? So these people who are doing pharmacy degree are getting pharmacy license too. Is it good? You can do your own pharmacy also. Isn't it good? You don't like to have pharmacy? You can do, right? But it's not limited to a pharmacy. Pharmacy thingy you can do with the small course also. Do you know the pathway to become a pharmacist? Pharmacist also one field that you can go from biological science with A levels. What is it? If you have C pass in your chemistry, you can do a pharmacy course. After the pharmacy course, you're eligible to write an exam. In that exam, you have two parts. One is written exam and one is viva. They are asking questions, you have to give the answers, right? So if you are passed with the first part of the exam, you are eligible for the second part, Viva. So that you have to go to medical faculty and you have to answer the questions given by certain doctors. So that then if you are passed in that, you are getting some practicals also, but finally you are ending up with getting a pharmacy license. That A level is enough, but this is a degree. So you should understand that this is rather different from usual pharmacy course. Then that area you can become only a pharmacist. But here, many of my friends who did pharmacy degree, now they are not in the country even. They are studying for their PhDs in very good countries outside the world. Outside the Sri Lanka, right? Not the world, right? Okay. Harada. So that is a high in demand course. Okay. Harada. Then come to these sections. Nurse, sorry, health promotion, nursing. I'm taking them together, right? Health promotion, nursing, pharmacy, medical laboratory science, radiography, physiotherapy. Are they good? Hmm? Are they good courses? Apute? No idea. Is it the first time you are listening that this kind of courses are available? Is it first time? First time. You? First time. Boys? Hi. I'm telling that these jobs are, these degrees are high in demand and very specific. Why am I telling very specific? They are job oriented, job target ones, right? Nursing, you can become a nurse, definitely. And radiography, you can become a radiographer, definitely. And physiotherapy, physiotherapist, right? So that, you know, the jobs are available in the hospitals, right? For nurses and the radiographist and these MLTs. MLTs are the ones who are taking your blood samples and urine samples, and they are the ones who are testing those. Understood? Right? So that these are in like high in demand, right? You know what? Nowadays, many of the nurses are not in the country. Government nurses are going with their families to the other countries for high salaries. Have you heard about it? Many of my friends are who are working in the government sector. Now they have been to other countries. They have shifted permanently. Why is that? The government nurses are having high demand. They have to have one thing if they want to shift. They wanted to have a degree plus this government nursing course. How are they taking for the government nursing course? Government nursing course they are taking from your A levels. If you are having, I guess the minimum is 3 years passes. I'm not sure about what is the minimum value, but you are taken to this course. Then you are following this course for 1 year or 2 years. After that, you are having an exam. After that, you are being appointed to government hospitals, right? Okay. That is the basic pathway. So they don't have degrees, right? Usual nurses are not having degrees, but many of my friends followed private degrees while they are doing their job. So that once they wanted to apply actually to other countries, that helped. So this requirement was medicine plus their job, so that they are having high demand in other countries. So, you know, if you are having a degree in the university, this is a degree. That's a separate scenario. So you are having more chance than the others to go to other university. Aren't you having a feeling of going outside the country? Or else you're going to stay here? Going to go? Would like to go. Stay here. Not sure. Okay. So early days, I was like very patriotic and telling to stay in the country, serve to this country. I'm not telling nowadays those things, right? So country is so corrupted now. There's no country for a future. So that please go once you are done with your A levels, right? Okay, A levels and a degree, right? You better go there and live nicely, right? So at least you can enjoy yourselves, right? In Sri Lanka, there's nothing can be done now. In future, the case will be worse and more, right? I don't know whether you will come back and serve to country. That's fine. That's your decision. But still, I feel like better to go outside the country whenever the chance is there. Okay? Right. So, that is about it. And then this also having a lot of job opportunities, as I told, radiologist and MLTs and all those are having job opportunities. That those I'm telling that those are direct opportunities, right? And what is the actual job role of a radiographist? What they are doing at hospitals? Taking X-rays, ultrasound, right? Those areas bit risky also, you know, like they have to expose into certain radiation also every time, but still the job is high demand. Some only taking the chance, some really don't like to go into that area, right? That depends on your choice. Then next one, molecular biology and biochemistry. I told that it's a higher ranking one. It should come near to veterinary science. What do you think of that course? What is being taught in that course? Molecular biology and biochemistry. Molecular biology is about DNA, isn't it? So what to learn about molecular biology or DNA? Yes, genetic engineering also comes under molecular biology. You know, among the children, this is a very popular course. Children really like to go for this course. I don't know why. In Sri Lanka, there's less job opportunities, but still they are having some chances. One of my friend who did molecular biology and biochemistry now working in the genetics laboratory in Asiri Surgical, right? So some are working as MLTs, but no proper specific jobs available in Sri Lankan market. But still, many of children who have done molecular biology special degree, now they are doing their PhDs. Some have finished their PhDs in the other countries, right? In good universities, they are doing their PhDs, right? So science is not just only becoming a doctor. You can become a doctor in other way also. PhD is also one of the way that you can become doctor, okay? Hari. That I was discussing about molecular biology. You know, what else we are learning about DNA? What are we learning about DNA? DNA, how the DNA copies are formed, replication, and how the protein synthesis happen, and about gene mutations, and how to manipulate the gene, how to cut and paste and make a new organism, as you said, genetically modified organisms. And we are learning a bit of how they work in the organisms, right? So many things can be learned with DNA, right? Some of the data that we know, but only a little amount we know, but there's a lot to learn in future also, right? Okay. That means that much of a vast area the molecular biology is. Many amazing things can be done with the molecular biology. And biochemistry area, as I told you, so many research area that Benedict test, biorate test, all those are belong to this section, right? It's not only about Benedict test, biorate test, so many medical tests are done in this biochemistry area related to biology, chemistry. That means, let's say you are learning about the structure of a protein. That is biochemistry, right? Biology, the chemistry behind biology, right? Okay. So that bio is subject that cannot be separated from chemistry, cannot be separated from physics. So that it's related. That's why I told you in few weeks time, biology will be your favorite subject. I will become your favorite teacher also. Okay. Not sure. Let's see. Right. So next one, actually, I'm not going to read the next until 34. Can you all read these and tell me whether these are good ones or like what do you feel about it? Give me 1 minute. You continue reading. So online student, I think you are listening to me. Few students are available. You just give me a little idea whether you learned something about the courses. I still didn't finish everything, but so far we discussed now, so that I got the feedback from these students. But I'm waiting for your response also. What did you learn, or like if you need to know anything about these courses, you can ask in the chat. Think you are listening. Did you read? From 21 to 34? No, 20 to 34, ne? So what do you think about those courses? Are they good or good? No idea. No idea. You? No idea. Boys, what do you think? Are they good? Yeah, checking eyes. The before you go to a eye surgeon, you're just waiting outside and going to a room to check your eyes. That one is the optometrist, right? Who is checking and measuring about eye sight. So other than optometry, other courses are not specific. Can you see that? These are usually less in demand, but still the students from different districts, they will enter into these universities because it's just a degree. You know, like sometimes for some people, the basic requirement is a degree, right? So rather than going to a private university, they are going to fulfill it with these courses, right? Sometimes they will have good opportunities also, but usually they are less in demand. People don't like to go much into these universities, right? Probably this food production and technology management in Viable University must be a good one. Other courses, I also don't have much idea about it. That this course, 15th one, pharmacy, there's a degree, separate degree. I told when I'm talking about the special degree courses in Colombo University, I mentioned about pharmacy. Which one is good? This pharmacy course or Colombo University one is good? Who says Colombo University one is good? Others who say this pharmacy 15th one is good. I would say that 15th one is good because it's a degree. 4 years you are learning about pharmacy related things. And the Columbia University one, 2 years you are learning just the general subjects I told you, biology, chemistry and biochemistry. This one is more specific and you are learning 4 years pharmacy, right? Okay, but still similar kind of chances are available. Many are having chances to go to foreign university and learn pharmacy related things, postgraduate things. Hi. So that is also one thing that we need to talk about, you know, every science courses nowadays, postgraduate studies are available. Have you heard about masters, MSc and PhD? You have heard about those, right? So that in Sri Lanka also so many courses available to do a master's degree, PhDs. And outside the country, we have a lot of chances to apply and go to PhDs and masters, right? So masters is before the PhD. Sometimes you can go directly into a PhD without doing masters. It depends on the requirement of the university. Sometimes you have to follow masters first before you go into the PhD. What do you think? Doing that is good? Yeah. Nowadays, the world is, I told that world is big. It's not like early days. People would end up doing primary degree early days. That is also luxury at that time, isn't it? But nowadays, children are ending up with 3-4 degrees, isn't it? When they are like 20s, they will do one IT degree, one accounting side degree, and then science degree and all that, right? So multiple degrees are available so that when you apply for a job, one degree would not be enough sometimes, okay? So that you have to learn more. That means you have to master in your knowledge and you have to do PhD, isn't it? So those things are nowadays children are doing. That means I also encourage children should not end up with taking a basic degree. They should learn higher and higher. They should take more degrees, right? All right. I was about to tell something which is related to you. I told that medicine is there. No, medicine also there are a lot of things we can do later also after graduation, right? So I asked from one of my students who is now at the University of Sri Javadhanapura Medical Faculty, what are the things that they can do after taking just MBBS degree, right? So here is her answer. She said that one thing is they can do is medical education. That means doctor can become lecturer or professor. That means those who are teaching to fellow doctors, right? That is one thing. The other one is hospital administration and management. What is it? You know, like it's not like a normal person cannot handle a hospital, no? The hospital is also having a management hierarchy. Those also run by the doctors. So that doctor should learn management skills to do those things. So that those things are taught in this. Okay. So, you know, like even the government hospitals, they have a director board and all that. Those all are equipped with doctors, right? Next one, medical research. So you can do research in particular area. And then other one is public health care. What is it? Not just PHI. Just PHIs are taken from A-level knowledge only. This is something related with the PHI's roles also, but more than that, educating the general public related to certain areas, right? You know, sometimes doctors appear and talk about these things. Sports medicine, that is also one specific area they can go. You know, like even the cricket team is having specific doctor, no? So that those people are specially treating to sports people, right? And the other one is medical legal advisor. What is it? Medical legal advisor means? Medical legal advisor. Have you heard that there are certain cases happening in the hospitals? Sometimes they say that this happened because of the negligence of a doctor. They insist that this is because of one doctor it has happened, death of the particular person, let's say, that they are struggling and they are putting a court case. So that medical legal advisor is someone who is talking regarding this case. They should have certain idea about the medicine also, so that law, together with law, they should talk and they should win the court case, isn't it? So depending on both sides, they can channel one of these person, they can do. Right? Certain cases are there, no, nowadays, hospital issues, and you know, like certain recently also they had certain issues with medicine that they have imported. They told that these medicines are not of the quality that they requested, no? Recently it happened in Sri Lanka. So those cases handled by these medical legal advisors, right? Okay, then now we will be moving to the next area of the lesson. Lesson is actually not the lesson. Actually, I'm telling the basic details that you should know, because many children don't know what they are doing, right? So that I'm giving the basic idea about these things. Otherwise, you guys just learning the lesson only. You don't know what to do and what are the opportunities actually, right? The common courses available for different subject combinations. That means art stream children can apply to this, and commerce stream children can apply to this, and physical science stream students can apply into these courses, right? That's why they are called as common courses, right? But it's not the usual pathway you should follow. You have to apply it separately when the book is released for application of universities. You are applying them separately. They are also gazetting them. There you have to sit for a placement test before you go into certain courses here. Especially the courses such as landscape architecture, fashion designing, there's management IT, MIT, right? So those courses you need to sit for a placement test. Why there is a test? You have finished your test now, again there's a test. Why? You know, certain courses, some knowledge is necessary. Let's say you are going to become a fashion designer, but you know nothing about drawing. You are not even, you don't know how to draw a single thing. Will you be able to do fashion designing? No, they are checking your creativity, checking whether you have some idea. That means, you know, like certain concepts should be there, not to do something related to these areas. So that they are checking whether you have this creativity, mainly the creativity, right? Okay. MIT and things, they are checking about IT knowledge and a little bit of general knowledge, right? Hari, take a highlight and highlight these courses, special courses, I would say, from the common combination also. Still, there is a high demand. Children are applying for these courses and they are ending up with highly paid job opportunities, right? Highlight this: law, landscape architecture, Law, landscape architecture. Quantity surveying, town and country planning, architecture. I'm reading what I told again. Law, landscape architecture, fashion designing, town and country planning, quantity surveying, management and information technology. MIT is what? MIT is found in Moratuwa University. What is it about? IT plus management. Let's say you want to start an IT company. So here's the chance. Not just ending up with becoming a software engineer or someone. You have some management skills also in this course. So that this course is having very high demand. You can earn well in these areas, right? Okay. So the children from biological science stream also apply into these courses, right? Other courses, I will give you little time to go through. These are not much high in demand, but still there are few courses among these which can get into good university, good job opportunities, right? Read them also a little. Common courses available for different subject combinations. Those sports teachers who are coming to teach, especially in private schools, they have done this physical education degree. So many our school ones, we have separate sport department, so that many of them have followed that course. Other courses are also good, but not that high in demand. So the law, is it important for a science student? Is it good? Law, with law faculty? No idea. It's good. Let's say you are going to make an environmental policy, right? So that law knowledge should be there, no, isn't it? So you should follow the law things, and together with biology knowledge, you are making a particular policy to protect the environment. Or else, as I told you, there may be cases that you need to handle related to biology. Sometimes, I don't know whether they put a court case for this one. Recently there was one tree they found when they are making the highway. The tree was Crudia salonica. That tree was named as extincted from the wild. That means they say that the last member is also now not there in the forests. So, but they found one plant when they are going to make the highway. This the Central Province Highway, right? So in that case, they found that tree, so that they were telling that they need to remove this tree in order to make this highway. But still, in biology, you know, like it's a highly valued tree if it is extincted, categorized, but still one tree is there. You need to save that one, so that there is some conflict with. For that, I don't know what actually happened, whether they change the pathway or whether they cut the tree. So those cases also, certainly if the court cases are going on, the lawyers related to biology can fight, isn't it? So those things are there. Hari. Now tell me, children, do you have certain idea about the university courses? So many of you had the idea of becoming a doctor. So the first option is to become a doctor, no? Right, so that you have to go to those universities that I mentioned. But I'm telling that don't end up becoming just a doctor. You have so many other pathways also after becoming a doctor, right? I told about immunology also, that you can become a doctor and thereafter you can be specialized in immunology area also. There's one doctor who is always appear in the TV during Corona time. You may have heard Neelika Malaviarachchi. Professor Neelika Malaviarachchi is well famous for immunology. They have a separate unit for immunology in the Japura University. So that section, what they are doing is they are analyzing the data of particular disease. In the Corona time, they are analyzing the death rate. They are analyzing and telling whether now it is in a pandemic or epidemic or what the stage is and what medicine should be given, how frequently it should be given. Everything is tested and analyzed in those laboratories. So that don't think that becoming a doctor is just giving medicine to a public. It's something related to research and those teaching processes also, right? Okay, so that many things can be done. So nowadays you don't have much work, so you just go through what are the things that people have done in science area, right? Okay, I actually did one little research, not a research actually, I just had a little search, you know, about this thing, no? What is it? ChatGPT, you know, right? So ChatGPT, you can have a little search. Ask from that, what are the science-related job opportunities available in 2030? Your time. 2030, no? You will end up 30 or 30 something, no? So that you check with the what are the highest required jobs in that time, okay? There are a nice list of opportunities came up for me. I'm not going to tell one by one. You just go through, right? It's something related with AI, you know, nowadays these are the popular words now, so that science is also going to get relate with those areas, AI, IT, and so we can't get rid of those, right? Even though we are not allowed to do IT together with biology, okay? Right, so Hari, tell me, do you have any questions related to these universities? I just only went through the universities and courses available in the universities, and there are some courses you can do as common ones. That means your common other subject combinations. Children also allowed to go to these universities. Good question. Yeah, okay, I'll explain. Think that someone gets ESET score like 2.4. They are having the chance to go to medicine, let's say, medicine itself. But he or she desperately want to go to biological science. What do you think? Can they go or not? That was her question now. Can. Are we having people going like that? You may wonder, like, why are they going to these courses if they are having that much of a set score value? You have that question, no? But still, there are children who are going. For example, there was one Malla in our university. That one had enough result score to go to Colombo Medical Faculty, but he wanted to go to chemistry. So that he has elected Biological Science Colombo. He finished his degree with chemistry special. Now he is doing his PhD at one of the best universities in the world. So if your ambition is something else, don't go forcefully into the other things. That's fine, totally fine. There are people who are taking risks and going to what they like. That's totally fine, okay? So you may think like it's not happening, but he is a real example. It's happening, right? Our time also we didn't believe that there are children like that, but people have ended up in this, right? But you have to work hard. It's not easy. You know, you are going in a certain risky area. No? You don't know whether you are being selected to chemistry or not, right? That's a special degree. Only few people are available. People are having chances. So he did that also. He's smart enough to do that also, right? Okay. Any other questions? Boys, no questions. Which university you like most? Which university you like most? When I'm doing A-levels, I really like to go to Peradeniya University because it's very beautiful and like very charming and really nice. The environment. Have you been to Peradeniya? Just if you're going to Peradeniya Botanical Garden and all that, just go to that side and see that much of beautiful garden area they have. And it's very calm, like very beautiful. Can't say how beautiful. I have stayed one night also there. We went to, there was something called Star Party, the astronomy camp, that we were observing the night sky at the premises. So it's like very, really good experience. Not everyone gets usually. So that at that time, I really in love with that university. So I really wanted to go to that university. But you know what happened? I could have go to that university because the Peradeniya comes after Colombo. No? What I did was, I feel like if I go there, I can't come frequently to my home because I'm living in Goa. So that I thought of going to Colombo rather than going to that university because I really wanted to go home also. I changed my mind, but still you're getting hostel facilities and everything is there. It's like a separate village there. Colombo is of course nice, but it's more of buildings and nothing much to enjoy, but it's okay, manageable. Japura is nice, having space. It's more spacious than Colombo University. You can have an analysis and say whether which university you are interested to go. That is also one thing, right? So that gives some motivation, isn't it? Yeah, for me, of course, yes. Then I am now going to fill job opportunities. Actually, I have listed a lot of job opportunities here. Slight mistakes are there. There's little repetition is there. I couldn't remove them. Just ignore them and go when you are going through. They are given in alphabetical order. I'm going to discuss few job opportunities and what's really happening in these job areas, right? So some of these you may have never heard about it, right? After doing this discussion, you may understand that becoming a doctor is only one thing that you can become. Becoming a teacher is only one thing out of many things. And becoming a molecular biologist is one thing out of the many things that you can do. Sometimes there is a chance for doing few things together also. I'll tell about those things like part-time you can do certain things. Do you need a small interval before the discussion or what? I can give like a 10 to 15 minutes break and let's meet after it. Okay, children, as I told you, we will be discussing about the job opportunities that it's not actually, not everything is available in Sri Lanka, but in the other countries too, I have included them. Hi, so I'll ask a few opportunities, right? This is given in alphabetical order, so you can go through and start commenting about those. Hari? I would first take a marine biologist. Who is a marine biologist? What's been done by that one? Marine biologist? Something related to ocean. That means they are doing certain things about sea creatures. It may be plants and animal stuff. You know, like sea is very big, no? So there may be some plants and animals we have not yet found out. That much of varieties are there inside the sea, so that you can do certain researches. There may be some plants in the sea which may be giving important compounds that we can use them to treat certain diseases likewise, so that marine biologists are doing work on that. They are doing some conservation projects on sea creatures, you know, like they also have nowadays face a lot of trouble, no, because of marine pollution, so that these people are doing certain activities related to conservation of animals, sea animals, right? Animals and plants. Then who is ornithologist? Ornithologist. Who is ornithologist? 1 second, please. Hello. Oh, another good morning, Neve. Thank you. Another. හරි හරි එහෙනම් ඔයා එන්න එපා. මට තව දෙකක් විතර කියලා දෙන්න ගෙදරින්ද ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්න. මම මෙහෙ තියලා කියලාක. මම ඊටු ටික නෑ ඒ ටික කරා එක සතියක් කරා. එදා තියලා ගියා. මම මේ සතිය අරන් යනවා. මට දෙකක් විතර කියලා එවන්නකෝ කොහොමද කරන්නේ කියලා මම ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්න. හා. හා කාඩ් මාක් කරනකොට හා මම කියන්න. හරි හරි. Okay, bye. Right. Ornithologist. What is that study? Studying about whom? Birds. Okay, studying about birds. There are people who are studying about birds. In our university, there was a famous professor. Have you heard about Professor Kotagama? Professor Kotagama, you go home and have a little search about him, what he has done. Professor Kotagama is mostly working about birds, right? So he has a separate unit to study, and the children who love to do studies about birds, love to do drawings about birds, so that they are having chances to go to that unit and they can do certain activities with him. Another one I'll ask from you. Immunologist, immunology laboratory manager, immunology laboratory research technician, immunology laboratory technician, many things related to immunology. What is that subject area? Yeah, they are doing research about diseases and they are finding out target medicines. For example, corona, they made vaccines. Have you had the vaccine? What was the vaccine you had? Sinopharm? Pfizer. So there are different categories came out with the corona, right? So that those all are made by the immunologists, right? So they are doing certain researches, as I told you, researches about the disease, what stage now it is, and what can be done in order to reduce the frequency and how to reduce the death frequency. Those things are done by immunologists and something related to that. Then who is a molecular virologist, mycologist? Molecular virologist, mycologist. Who are they? No idea who are they. Molecular virologist, you can give slight idea. Molecular virologist. They are the ones who are studying about the virus, DNA or RNA. And that is also again related to immunology. They can make some target medicine for certain diseases, virus diseases. Some diseases can make medicine for that. But the viruses like HIV, AIDS, and HIV virus and this dengue virus and coronavirus, those kind of diseases are not having a particular cure, isn't it? So these kind of viruses are made up of RNA. Those are rapidly changing and rapidly changing. So that if you make one medicine, that will not work in the future, right? So likewise, those studies are done by these people. These people are making target medicine for certain virus diseases and some made vaccines and those things done by these people. And then mycologist. Mycology means, do you know about fungi? These people are studying about fungi. Fungi is also having high diversity. Fungi are making certain compounds which are important to us. So those things are studied and sometimes, like when making medicine also, these compounds are used, right? So that fungi are important. Mycologist is someone studies about those, right? Then have you heard about this job? Genetic engineering researcher, genetic engineering specialist, genetic engineering technician, genetic research assistant. Have you heard about those job opportunities? What are they doing? They are doing genetic engineering. So what's happening in the genetic engineering? They are cutting genes and they are pasting genes. It's not like taking super glue and pasting genes, right? Not taking scissor and cutting genes, but you are using certain enzymes to cut the genes, right? And you are going to paste it into a separate organism. For example, early days, human insulin was taken, it's not made. It's human insulin is actually not human origin, that they are given animal origin insulin to human. They are taking them from dead animals' pancreas. So that they are extracting and injecting it to human. So that there is a higher chance of allergy reactions for this insulin that they made. So that what they are doing is they are taking the human insulin production gene out of human and then they have cut it and they are pasting it into a bacterium DNA, right? So now it's being inserted into a bacterium and then the gene is now inside the bacterium. It's going to produce human insulin protein as in the human. So that it's more similar to the human origin insulin. So that it's same. So that it's being easily injected. It can be easily injected to human without being allergic. So this is genetic engineering. So what you did is cutting and pasting gene into someone else. Have you heard about this golden rice? So in golden rice, what's happening? You're cutting some vitamin A producing gene and pasting it into rice. So that the rice is now enriched with vitamin A protein. So that more nutrition than before, right? So that the protein was early made in sunflower or some other plant. Now it is made in rice plant. Okay. Likewise, you can manipulate according to the way we want, cutting and pasting. So that genetic engineering researchers are doing research on those things, those area, right? So the ones who are doing molecular biology and recombinant DNA technology can end up with this kind of job areas. Understood? Right. Then tell me about this one. Genetic counselor. Who is a genetic counselor? Who is a genetic counselor? No idea. Have you heard about the job? So first time now you're learning. So I'll tell what it is. So let's say one family is going to make a baby. But their family, one or two aunts are having hemophilia. Right? So that they suspect that their baby is also going to have a particular same this genetic disorder, let's say. So that they want to go to genetic counselor and they are going to do some analysis, from the pedigree. That means from ancestors families, this one is taking the data and they are analyzing and making a chart. And finally, he is telling that this much of probability is there if you are making the baby is having a hemophilia. That percentage is there. So if you want, you can take the risk. Otherwise, you can stop making babies. Okay, if the condition is very serious, why are you taking the risk, isn't it? It's propagating now to the next generation, so that some people decide not to make babies because of certain disorders nowadays. Okay, another one is, let's say you are the lady is pregnant, but the lady is going to get Down syndrome baby. So that in Sri Lanka, there's no chance of aborting the baby, isn't it? So that genetic counselor's role is to talk to these parents and talk about the social, economical issues that they will face after having the baby, what are the conditions, how you should manage, and many things will be instructed by this genetic counselor. Got it? Right? So something a nice job. Okay. Hari. Who is ecologist? Ecologist. Who is an ecologist? Yeah, someone who is doing research about environment. There may be different ecosystems around us and different processes which are happening in each ecosystem. Let's say you are studying about a forest and what are the processes happening in that forest. Ecologist is someone like that. That one is having the ability to do some protest against certain things happening in the forest, right? Illegal things. And it can do some conservation programs, right? In Sri Lanka, this one is not that a highly paid job. Some people are doing it as a volunteering job mostly, along with some other occupation, right? It's not like a job kind of a thingy here, right? But it's having chances in the other countries also. In Sri Lanka, ecologists are not like a certain occupation, right? Hari. Then this one, bioinformatics analyst, bioinformatics consultant, bioinformatics data analyst, bioinformatics database management. What are these things? I told that there is a special degree program called bioinformatics in our university, no? So I told that in this we have bio plus IT. So that those people who are doing this bio plus IT would end up in job areas as I mentioned here. Okay? Hari. Then have you heard about this one? Forensic data analyst, forensic scientist. What is this job opportunity? Forensic data analyst, forensic scientists. No. Yes, finding criminals, right? So I'll tell you a story, right? Did you heard about this story? There was a recent, not very recent incident. A little girl, 5 years old girl called Seya Sadevmini. Do you remember? Seya's story. She was raped and murdered by one of the villagers. Have you heard the story? Right. So in that case, the police wanted to find out who is the criminal, right? So they went for a DNA fingerprinting. It's not your usual thumbprint, DNA fingerprinting, right? So this is done, and earlier they suspected that it was done by one of the villages called Kondaya. Did you heard the story? Kondaya, well famous at that time. Okay, so one of the villagers who is uneducated one. So this man was suspected and arrested at the moment, right? So, but still the people thinking that he has not done the thing, so that they went for DNA fingerprinting, right? So what they are doing is they are taking the samples from Saya. What are the samples that they can take? Semen samples, because she is now raped, and it may be parts of nails, hair, isn't it? Parts of nails, hair, those things, right? Hari. Right. So now the Kondaya's brother was taken to custody, and his blood sample is taken and DNA is taken out. So here is the result. What do you think? So it matches with the sample that is collected from the murder incident, right? So that he is the culprit who has done the thingy, right? So that this is actually a good thing, no? So that otherwise Kondaya will be in the remand forever for that thingy, because people would suspect that because of his behavior and all that, he is the one who has done this thing. But still, actually, real culprit was found out because of this reason, isn't it? Right. So this is one thing. So this is DNA fingerprinting. So these are done by forensic scientists. This is related to the court case now, so that these people are important, right? You know, sometimes some fathers refuse to take their babies. They say that this is not my child, this is someone else's child. They directly tell this is someone else's child. So in those cases also, they come to this place. This place is called Gene Tech in Sri Lanka. Alright? They come and do certain analysis like this. The baby's mother, baby, and the father that who refuses to get the ownership of the baby. So that samples are taken and DNA is taken out. Again, a gel is run. So in that case, the similarity is not happening. The baby must be having some pattern similar, like some percentage similarity to mother and father, right? Some markers from mother is present in baby, some markers from father is present in baby. So that the percentage similarity is higher, that one is the father. Understood now? So if you bring someone else who is outsider, which is not the father, it will not having any similarities, okay? A very rare chance of having similarities to the baby. Understood now? So another similar incident was there. They in the tsunami time, they found a baby called baby 81. You just have a search about baby 81. Baby 81 was found in the tsunami, and two families were telling that this is our baby. So that now there's a fight now. So that they went for DNA analysis, and they found out that this belonged to one of the families according to this method. Understood now? So that this method is much important, so that people who are doing molecular biology, especially ending up in these areas, and who have done biological science can go to these areas. Many of my friends are working here, okay? So that in Sri Lanka as well as in the other countries, you have higher chance for going and doing studies about these things and engage in job opportunities related to this, okay? Hari, now you have the idea what it is now. Then, who is a biochemist? You know about it now. Biology plus chemistry, doing some research work, no? Biochemistry is mostly doing some research work and testing, sampling. Hari. Then, What is this thing here? Cell biologist. Cell biologist. Who is cell biologist? Apute, who is cell biologist? Who is a cell biologist? What do you think? No idea. Someone who is studying about cells. Why to study about cells? Not that. No idea. Right. I'll again go with an example. Recently, I had a issue in my thyroid gland, right? Where it is in my neck. So in that case, I had one hormone which is given by pituitary gland in the brain. It is in low level, TSH low. Thyroxine, which is secreted by thyroid gland, is higher. That it's some abnormalities there, no? So that I went to a doctor. So the doctor suggested me to do a small test. That test was called FNAC, small needle test, right? I don't know the real name. FNAC is the term. That you are like small needle is injected here and taking some cells out of my thyroid gland. And cells will be sent to a cell biologist to do what? Do what? To test the cells for cancers. They are checking whether the cells are growing abnormally than usual rate and checking whether is there any abnormal compounds are formed in it. So that cell biologist is role to check whether these cells are working properly and whether these are cancerous or not. So my one, they gave the report that telling that it's non-cancerous, right? So that they are giving this data. Okay, so this is also kind of a doctor which is analyzing about cells. Understood now? Hi. Another one. Who is this epigeneticist, plant epigeneticist also there, and separately epigeneticist also there. Who are these epigeneticists? Who are these epigeneticists, Pute? Epigenesis? No idea. First time you are hearing this one, isn't it? Am I correct? What do you think? Who is? Excuse me for a minute. So you should understand there are so many things you have not even heard about. No, in biology, there's a lot to do, right? So many people don't tell about these things and they are just telling to come to their classes to do what? Do what, Pute? Medicine, no? Isn't it? It's okay to do medicine, but you should know everything, right? If somebody asks about biology, why are you doing biology? You don't have any job opportunities in biology, would you believe? No, that so many job areas are there, right? Some people are telling those things. So you should have to have the right idea what we can do, what we can become, right? Hi. So I was asking about one thing, no, epigenesis. You know, like in our body, certain genes can be switched on and switched off, like these switches. We can switch on and switch off. When I talked about this in the morning, one child is asking me whether we can do it by ourselves, switch on and switch off. Can we? Can we or cannot? Can't, ne? Can't. So it's something, you know, let's say before the puberty, certain genes are inactivated in our body. After puberty, certain changes are happening inside our body. So that some genes are activated after puberty. It's done by the body. in the particular time period. Understood? So that it's important for us to switch off and switch off in the relevant time period, because if the genes are switched on before the puberty, no use, no those things. So relevant genes are switched on time, so that these people are doing more research about those things. Let's say I told you that you can't do it, no, but let's say there is a mechanism you can switch off a certain gene. Let's say there's a particular gene creating a dangerous genetic disorder in future. You know that this is going to switch on after a while. So if you know the mechanism to switch off that one before, isn't it good? You're not going to get the disease, isn't it? Right? So certain things can be done in this manner, so that the people who are called epigeneticists are working on that area. This is a vast area, not simple as I told. So certain things can be done. Okay, understood. Then have you heard about this one? Who is the botanist? Botanist studying about plants, right? So I told about plant sciences degree, plant biotechnology degree, can become botanist. Even I can become a botanist, right? Then who is this one? Have you heard about this thing? Science policy advocate, science policy analyst, science policy consultant. They are the ones who are creating the policies. Let's say Sri Lanka, we have a Flora and Fauna Protection Ordinance and Wildlife Conservation Act regarding animals, right? So that those policies are created by these people. They are the ones who analyze, right? So it may be not a certain job area. It may be the people who are doing, let's say it may be a professor in the university who is helping in those, who have some law knowledge as well. Okay? And then science communicator, science journalist, science librarian. Have you heard about those people? No. No. First time. So many first time things, no? Isn't it? So it's good to be in the class, no, today? So this one, science journalist and science communicator, I would say those people are doing an important job. Let's say you're let's say NASA has done some important research work, okay? But it's very complicated to read the data. Right? Let's say a rover is sent to a Mars or something. The data is very complicated, but you know, like in the newspapers, that sometimes small articles appear telling that this day that NASA rover is appeared, and these are the details, these are the photos that they send. Have you seen the articles like that? So science journalist, science communicator is having the basic idea that they are writing the scientific stuff in the manner that the normal general public can understand. It's communicating to the general public. General public has not learned science, no. Sometimes there may be people who has not learned science, isn't it? So that it's the role of the science communicator or science journalist is to give this in the basic language that the normal people could understand, right? So even I have worked in a similar capacity. So I have worked for two the government newspapers. So those two, I was writing science related articles, which was translating certain articles and writing it in a manner that the normal people can understand. So many research stuff, so many information about space and science articles, many things I have translated, right? So that is one thing that you can do part-time also. I told you at the beginning of this lesson, there are certain things that you can do part-time also, isn't it? Another one I'm going to tell, that science illustrator, that is also can be done part-time. What is science illustrator then? The diagrams, yeah, diagrams in the science books. Sometimes, let's say you want to publish a book. Can we take diagrams from one of these Campbell biology or whatever and paste it there? No, they are having copyright issues, right? So that if you want to put a picture of a certain animal, you have to draw it and put. But if you don't have the ability to draw, you have to consult a person called science illustrator to draw these diagrams. Okay, so those people would nicely draw these diagrams so that your book can be published thereafter, right? Understood now? So have you seen those diagrams? I have one friend who does those things. Right, once I create the group, I'll send it to everybody so that the online people also can see, you know. So I'll send it later. So one of few diagrams he has done. So very realistic diagrams he is doing. He is mastered in those areas. He is a wildlife photographer plus ecologist plus this science communicator, science journalist, science illustrator, many things, right? It's kind of package, right? Then, hi. So I will talk only about those job areas. You can go home and leisurely go through these job opportunities, right? If you have anything difficult to understand, ask from me what it is and how to become those person, right? So actually these degrees are related with those job opportunities. You should understand that immunology, molecular biology, bioscience, right? So those all are related. Even medicine also related with these things, right? So that you should understand the links between those and the value of these things, right? So usually the people are not emphasizing on these areas because like when it comes to A-level classes, the dream is like just becoming a doctor, having the stethoscope and those things. So they are taking the advantage of your basic dream. But don't end up with that. Even if you become a doctor, go for a good one, right? I told many areas that doctors also can go. So go for a good one and I will guide you whatever the things that are necessary, right? Hi. So I didn't tell anything about the subject no yet. So our syllabus, we are going to talk a little about what's there in our syllabus, right? So I have included some of my results also here, Putte, but I have not included everything there. There's a little change in Dinani's result in the second column, that is AAB. So when someone saw this one, someone asked Miss whether AAC and AAB can enter into medical faculty. Don't you have the same problem? Can they go? Can go. This time what happened was, physics paper was really hard. 2019, 20 papers you can ask from anyone, even from sir you can ask. It was very hard. So that at that time children got C's and B's only, no A's actually, right? Little bit. Little amount of A's were there. So that they actually, what I believe is they have done very well in chemistry and biology. So their mark was an added advantage for them to go to medical faculty, right? So these are the results, previous results that I have. So some of the new results after 2021, I have not added anything here. This was printed a little early. Correct. So I'm coming to the next one, which are the lessons that you have, children. So we have 10 units in our lessons, right? So 10 units, we have number 1, Introduction to Biology. I have given in the right side column the number of periods allocated for each lesson. How many periods are there for the first lesson? 5. That means compared to the other numbers, you can see that it's very small amount is given to the first lesson. No? So first lesson is nothing much. We have 1 day work. So that much of a very small lesson is there, right? So the second lesson is having chemical and cellular basis of life. What is being learned in that one? Chemical and cellular basis of life. You are learning about biomolecules, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids. Also, you are learning about mitosis and meiosis in detailed manner. You learn a little in all levels, but here, detailed manner, you will be learning. And about enzymes, photosynthesis, cellular respiration, those processes are learned in this lesson. I would say this lesson is like a brick to make a home. Is it important? Yes. So that very much concern should be given to this lesson when you are learning this lesson. That much of importance is there. So if you are skipping this lesson means no use of doing biology. Right. So next one, evolution and diversity of organisms. What is it about? About animal diversity, fungi, and then about protists and about plants, right? We are learning a lot about them in detail manner, about plant phyla and how the evolution happened and how the classification is done, how to name them. Those things we will be learning in this lesson. It's a kind of interesting lesson, but there's a lot to remember in this lesson, right? Kind of a lot of stuff is there and a variety is high. Number 4, plant form and function. Plant form and function. What are we learning? About plants. About plants, what can we learn? We are learning about the processes happening in the plants. Maybe phloem transduction, phloem translocation, xylem transduction, and we are learning about plant life cycles. Have you heard about Pogonatum markentia? So those plants and also the flowering plants, many plants we are learning their life cycles also, right? If you guys really interested, you can go to my TikTok channel and see I have done certain videos about plants, okay? And real videos, right? And next one, in that lesson, we will be learning more about the cross sections of plant stem, plant root, and monocot, dicot both, and the leaf cross section areas, those things, and also about plant growth hormones, regulators, those are learned in here. And yeah, those are the things that we will be learning in Unit 4. So how many periods are allocated for that? 80 periods are allocated. So that considerably big lesson, right? So this lesson is important. But usually the children say that this lesson is hard. Why is that? Why it is hard? And boring also sometimes they say. That's their words, not my words. I'm telling this is interesting, this is good. The reason why, one thing is the children don't know much about plants. They are not familiar with the plants because nowadays, you know, you are in a small area, you don't have much home garden to see the plants. You are not going to the forest also. If you are going on a trip, you are going to a hotel and come, isn't it? Right? So not like our days, right? It's okay, but this is how you are, right? And then the other thing is the teachers who teach about this lesson, they are not that familiar with this area. So that the children are also taught the basic stuff that they know. So that children are not having good idea about the lesson, right? So in my lesson, we will be doing a lot about these things and we will be discussing and we will be doing in an interesting manner so that my ones will not tell that this lesson is hard and boring, right? Okay, then the animal form and function. How many periods are they allocated? 195. That is the most amount of periods given from the lessons, no? So that you should think that this lesson must be big, no? So what are we learning in this lesson? This lesson we are learning about systems in animals. What systems we have? Digestive system, respiratory system. What else? Circulatory system, immune system. Immunity is the lesson name. What else? Excretory system. Yeah, lymphatic system also discussed on the circulatory lesson. What else? Nervous system. What else? Reproductive system. And skeletal system. Those things we will be learning one by one. About humans is the most target. But in each lesson at the beginning, we are learning about the other animals systems also. For example, if you are talking about excretory system, you are learning about Nidarian sponge, platyhelminthes sponge, whether they have or not, what kind of a system they have. We are learning a little, right? So this lesson is bit linked with third unit also. So that when I'm doing third lesson, I'm discussing little bit of stuff which are there in these lessons also. So that that part is also will be covered when we are doing the third unit. Understood? Hi. This lesson is like I told that 195 periods are there for this lesson now, so that it's like almost 1 year of work. But these lessons are easy. You have done a lot about these lessons in your O level, so that there's nothing to stay in these lessons forever and thinking that this is the only lesson that you have to cover. I'm telling this because some teachers in the industry, they are thinking, this is the major lessons to emphasize. We should catch children from these lessons, and they are especially taking one special unit. They are taking reproductive lesson, and they are catching the children, and they are just discussing only these few lessons throughout the class time period, right? Recently, I heard from someone, they have said that, one of the teacher have said that only first 5 lessons are important, other lessons are not important. Is it so? Take a highlighter, will you? Highlight units 2, 3, 4, 5. Highlight unit 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I highlight those? These are important. If you are good enough in these 4 lessons, you can go for a B pass or C pass. That much of importance is there. Does that mean that other lessons are not coming and you should not study those? Those are also equally important if you want a good A pass. As I told you, if you are having AAC, if you are having AAB, still you can go to medical faculty if you are having good marks in your biology, chemistry. So that you should study all lessons. Why are they telling like that if you need to study all 10 lessons to study only 5 lessons? Because they are not covering that lessons, right? They are just going through these lessons throughout the syllabus and finishing only up to 6th unit, right? Many of them are not covering after that. Okay. So you should understand that importance of covering all the things. Next one, about genetics. So what are we learning in the genetics lesson? Genes, about genes, how the genes work, how the proteins are synthesized. Those things, actually protein synthesis and how the genes work, mostly studied in unit 7. Genetics, we are learning mostly about Mendel's experiments and what are the characteristics in us which show Mendelian genetics, and what are the deviations from it, and how the probability calculations are done. Here we need some maths knowledge also a little bit. This is the only lesson we will be using mathematics, but interesting calculations are there, okay? Just the probabilities. And then we are learning about breeding techniques in this lesson, right? So this is also kind of interesting lesson. And unit 7, molecular biology and recombinant DNA technology. As I told you, here we will be learning how genes work, how the proteins are synthesized, how genetically modified organisms are made, genetic engineering techniques. And you know, like nowadays, there are several pros and cons about using genetically modified organisms. Some say that it's good to use. Some say that it's not good to use. What do you think? Both. Yeah, both are there. But your book is emphasizing mostly that it's not good, but I would say that it's good, right? The many advantages are there than disadvantages, but your book is highlighting on the other side. Okay. Then environmental biology. What are we learning in the environmental biology lesson? That is also one thing. not that. Yeah, biosphere only we are learning. We are learning about ecosystems in the biosphere, right? So different ecosystems and what are the processes happening in those. And it's very interesting lesson. You are learning about what kind of plants are present in each ecosystem. We are learning about Sri Lankan ones as well as worldwide ones. And then what are the animal species present? What are the features of it? What is the human influence on each these ecosystems, right? And also we are learning about environmental policies, rules and regulations regarding environment. And we are learning about red data book. Have you heard about red data book? The animals are categorized into certain categories depending on their availability and depending on their conservation level, right? So that is also learning this one. Also, we will be learning about about these species. Wait, what are they called? Invasive species. Have you heard about invasive species? Salvinia has now become invasive species, accidentally introduced to our water reservoirs, but now it's growing overgrown actually, right? Okay. So that those are problematic. So how to solve these problems, those things will be discussed in this lesson. Kind of interesting lesson. And what are we learning in microbiology? About microorganisms and the uses of it. You learn about them in grade 9 a little, no? And from each grade, you started studying a little by little. Here we are learning more about the processes that they can do, what are the advantages of using them in industries, and certain compounds that we can make from them. What are the like water purification and all that also we can use microorganisms. So those things discussed. And the sterilization methods, how to sterilize a laboratory, how to sterilize hospital equipments prior to a certain surgery. Those things will be discussed here. And then what is in applied biology? Do you have any guesses what's in the applied biology lesson? I know that it's hard, but I'm the one who is talking. No, I'm the one who is tired. Tell Willie. All of you came for physics class? Good. No, you came for my class only, no? You try physics class. You're doing physics, right? Next day, you try the physics class also. Others all came, no? Chemistry? Irika? Came. All came. Next week, come and try, okay? What's taught in applied biology? No idea. So many no idea people. So next day can't behave like that. You should know some idea. Yeah? Jobs? Jobs related to biology? No. Applied biology is kind of a miscellaneous section. They have put certain sections from every lesson and they have created one lesson called applied biology that is having a little bit of microbiology, certain food preservation techniques, and they have about plant tissue culture and vegetative propagation of plants, aquaculture, how to maintain a fish tank and all that. Then you have about dengue and filaria. Okay, so it's kind of a, I don't know, it's a miscellaneous section that I used to define like that. Okay, so it's having every stuff and it's kind of a lesson that is not that important, but nowadays there's a trend of coming questions from that also. 2019 is the first question paper that appeared. No, new syllabus, you know about it, right? 2017 is the syllabus change. 19 is the first paper in new syllabus. So that 2019 paper, there was no question from this 10th unit, but thereafter they introduce into the next paper. You have a choice. You can either do it or you can remove it. So thereafter, mandatory questions started to come so that you have a chance of getting questions from that area also. So that can't say it's less important. I'll quickly go through the paper also, go through the way that you are getting the paper. You can go through the previous table, no? First term work, second term work. How many lessons are there? So I have included those. Our paper is having 2 parts, right? So you should know about the paper, no? Isn't it? Hmm? If you are going to do biology, first of all, you should know the paper, right? Otherwise, I can tell so many fairy tales and this is what it is coming. Can manage, right? So you will also nicely come to the class and you will know nothing about the paper, right? So firstly, I'm telling the truth, I'm telling the paper first, right? So don't get afraid, but you should know the truth about the paper. So paper is having two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1, part 2. Part 1 is having MCQs. Are the MCQs? How many MCQs we are having? 50 MCQs are there. So how many choices were there in your O-level paper? 4. Now here we have 5 choices, right? Hi. So from question number 1 to question number 40, there's one single pattern. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices. You have to select the correct answer out of it. But 41 above questions are different from that. 41 to 50 questions are having A, B, C, D, E type questions, right? So in that, it may be one answer correct, more than one answer correct. So they have given a category like this. If A, B, D correct, you are getting choice number 1. A, C, D, answer number 2. A, B, you will get 3. C, D, 4. Any other choices, you are getting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are given a grid now, having 1 to 5 answers. All these 40 questions, you can mark like that. But here, you have to check whether A, B, D is correct. If A, B, D is correct, you have to mark number 1 in your grid. Okay? So, they have reduced the chance of getting the correct answer, isn't it? Can't you see? So, that this part is bit hard than the previous one. So, from one choice, it can change the whole answer, right? Okay. So, this is having 50 marks. 50 into 2, 100 marks are there for the first paper. Understood now? Now, I'm quickly going to the second part. Second part is having 2 parts again in the same paper. This one is given 2 hours time duration. This one is 3 hours time duration, right? So, this is having structured essay and essay. This one essay. Another structured essay and essay. Structured essay, you remember in all levels you had short answer questions. Here also we have short answer questions. 4 questions are there, not small questions. Under these 4 questions, you have high number of questions are there. This is very specific. You have to write the correct answer. Let's say they are asking the definition for photosynthesis. You have to write as it is given in the book. If you are writing in your own words, there's a lesser chance of getting marks. Why? They are very specific on marking in this one because we are also going for marking. We know how it happens. Usually, if you are writing in your own words, you are not going to get marks, right? So that definition should be remembered in this section. So this one, H is getting 100 marks. So 400 marks, all questions should be done. No. Practicals, usually to the total paper, 40% is added indirectly or directly. Okay. But here it's a mixture of theory and practice, right? Okay. Hi. So here you are given 6 essays. Out of 6 essays, you have to write 4 essays. So 2 can be removed. If you are not confident enough writing particular lesson area, you can remove that and you can do the other questions. So 4 questions, 150 marks each, 600 marks altogether. This one is essay type questions. Have you done literature in all levels? This is not literature type essays. No introduction, no conclusion. Just only the theory content is included, like an essay. Right? So you will understand more how to do this. I'm here to guide you regarding that section. So here, total mark is 1000 marks for the second paper. So 1000 is converted into 100. So here there's 100, another 100 is there. Divided by 2, you will get your mark out of 100, right? So which part is easy to score? First part. If you have done 50 out of 50, 50 marks is sure. That means you are almost past the exam, isn't it? So that take that advantage. So MCQ also a certain practice. You can't just do it without studying and practicing. So take that chance. Meanwhile, you can get the advantage of this side also. I am more focusing on this area because the children usually cannot do it alone. So that we will be starting to write essays from the first lesson itself. And we will be writing and we are marking. I'm the one who is marking, and we will be analyzing it few times and we are finalizing it into a final essay. So that before the exam, you are ready for every type of essays that can come. Isn't it good? That's good. Some children, you won't believe, they are writing their first essays at their examination. So it will take time to think. It will, like, it can go wrong also. They might write something else than what they think. That is also important. Understanding question in the question paper is important. If you have not understood and you are coming and telling, Miss, I wrote very well, Miss, I will get an A pass. Sometimes children are not getting even a C pass because they are not writing according to the question. They have not understood the question properly. They have written something else other than what they have asked. Okay, that kind of things can happen. For that, to avoid, what you should do is you should practice essays in the class itself. If you have the certain understanding what to write in the paper, it's fine, right? Paper is nothing for you. Sometimes in the question, one question comes. Sometimes one question is broken into 3 pieces. Yeah. In that, small sections will be there to write, let's say, what are the factors affecting for rate of transpiration? You just have to write the list of the factors. Thereafter, you need to describe how these factors are affecting. That part you need to write. So the question depending on the question, right? Okay. Let's discuss little by little. Those things only you should learn from a class. Otherwise, I told the first day also, you're given a resource book, right? This resource book, do you know how to download? You should go to write this and go NIE site, NIE. From the NIE side, there's a category called show other materials. It comes together. Right, then you have to download grade 12 biology resource book. It comes in a version that you can't download. It is like same time you can open it like a book can see. Online version is there. I don't know how to tell it technically. Cannot be downloaded, right? So that is one thing. And you should actually buy this book. From where we can buy this book? Yeah, you can go to Maharagama NIE and buy this book. And also there's another option. In the internet, if you check, there's a shop called SciTech. So they do online delivery also. You can call to them and see whether it is available. This is shop is available in Nogegata supermarket, right? You are not going to that area, no? So you can just order online, right? So next day, if possible, bring the book. Otherwise, bring a device, okay? So that you can have the access to the book, no? Right. So that is one thing. What I was telling is, you are given a book, particular guided book. So you might think, why am I going to the classes? Right? Everything is there in the book. No, our time we didn't have a book. We are learning what the teacher gave to us. So you are lucky. You are given a particular guide. So why are you going to classes then? You can stay nicely at home and study. As I told you in the first day also, you were there, no? To write these answers, you should be guided properly, right? You know, like sometimes they explore the lessons and they take the sentences from the book, not from one place also, so that you should be guided properly to write the specific answers to the questions, right? Okay. The recently paper that when we are marking, there was one question. That question was asking, you didn't learn that lesson, but that question that children have written pages and pages, so many answers, but only few points out of them, or else sometimes the children don't have any point from the given marking scale. So that it's unfortunate, no? So that even though children have written a lot, no point, right? So that you have to learn well before you go to the exam. That's the main thing, main emphasis. Harada. Okay, now tell me children, did you learn something? I didn't teach you anything, right? Okay, did you learn something? What did you learn? Online students also give me a little feedback. What did you learn? How many writing books do we need to have, teacher? Yeah, we have to have a one single CR book, right? So usually I'm doing like this way. I'm just going with the tute. Tute is having question wise manner, because we are ultimately we are doing questions now. We have the book, guided book we have. With that, we are doing questions mostly. And some lessons, like certain lessons are having really good emphasis now. Certain lessons, certain sections which are jumbled in the source book, we will be writing it in the writing book. But everyone should have a CR book with you, because I am giving questions time to time in the class also. Some lessons we are writing on the book, some lessons we are doing with the tute. Mostly it will go with the tute, but I told that if the emphasis is necessary, I'll be giving my own note, so that I think you are secured in that section, right? Some lessons, like certain places are there, you need more explanation. Sometimes it may be wrong in the book, right? So there are certain issues are there in the book. And when you're buying the book also, take the new version of the book, because there's older version also. Older version is having some change. That means new version is having certain added changes than the previous book, so that you guys are recommended to use the new book, right? So check whether you are buying the new book, okay? And check in the internet version. Internet version, they have mentioned the year that they have printed. The same version you should buy, okay? I think 2000. I don't remember exactly. Just go through and see. Okay. Hi. Any other questions? Give me a little feedback, online students also. What did you learn? What about you guys? What did you learn today? Different job opportunities. When you are coming here, you just know only one or two job opportunities, no? Isn't it? Do you agree? You learn something big today? What else? And what are the universities? What university courses you should follow in order to go to specific course, isn't it? You never knew about those things, no? Isn't it? So you go home and think, to become this person, what is the university course that we should follow? Whether this is good or bad. You can find out people who have entered this university, who have already graduated from these universities, and find out what are the occupations that they are doing, whether they are in the science field or not. That is also problematic. Now, sometimes some people are going to other jobs also with the science degrees. That happens, right? That's all okay, but majority would end up in science field jobs also. And who are studying in abroad, you may be having cousins, and you may be having sisters, siblings. You can check whether they are doing well or not, whether science is good or bad. Ask about those things. Those are the things you should find these days, okay? You're free now these days, so I'm not giving any homework. Only one thing I gave. Find about what are the jobs available in science area in 2030, right? So find and come on next day when you are coming. Hurry. Okay, children, then I'm going to finish the class today. Next day also we'll meet on the same time. So after the physics class, have a little rest and eat well and come to the next class, okay? Hi, we'll see you everyone on next day. Good evening, good night, and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.